All right, we've got our first video here today by Decoy Voice. Trump 47. Oh, what did he do this time?
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
And let me just say this, I've had quite the day. But as you could see earlier today, this was my last day at CNN. And I did want to jump on
Acosta's, that's Acosta, right?
Substack Live here for a moment and say, welcome to my new venture. I'm going independent. I'm getting like a 3 out of 10. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Well, Jim, you have the basic.
Acosta loves himself so much.
You have the right. You have the right.
That show sounds like using NyQuil to wash down an Ambien, as in there's nothing newsworthy about either of them, and that was when he had the backing of CNN. So now, he's homeless.
Is this like, is his little mini cab? Is it real? Like you can actually play it, or is it just like a video? That's like so cool if you can actually play that. Dude, I want one of those.
Network-wise, but I'm honestly worried he will one day become actually homeless.
Oh, that's so cool.
Before we go back to how it all went down, make sure you like and subscribe for more clips like this. As even back in 2018, Jim had a history of being a laughingstock.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let me
would be
ask,
much
if
better.
I may ask one other question. Mr. President, if I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President,
That's enough.
Ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Excuse me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I have one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation.
You should kick him out.
That you may have.
I'm not concerned about anything with
You
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming
investigation because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working.
Thank you,
for
John.
them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
Oh my
You're a
God.
very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts.
Well, I'm not a big fan of yours either, so.
I understand.
Henry McMaster, and as you can hear behind me, Wolf, the crowd is
Oh my God, dude, look at that. They brought like a sign just for him.
crowded up. We have about a couple thousand people in this room so far.
Oh my God,
they are letting the press corps here
Unreal.
know exactly how they feel about what we're doing here, Wolf.
Hey, is this Jim Acosta?
Yeah.
Wow, fake news, Jim Acosta, everybody.
It's so
Oh
sad
my
I honestly
God,
feel bad for the
dude.
guy, because it's not like he was lying on behalf of the political establishment to gain some sort of institutional power. No, he was parroting all their talking points as their most loyal, useful idiot, completely destroying his reputation in news media, just to later become a useless idiot and be tossed to the side. Just like a certain lemon that went sour, but we'll go more into that later. As Jim Acosta got shoved off his nice 10 a.m. time slot. And instead,
Wasn't Don Lemon supposed to be on like working for X or something? Like he had like some kind of thing with X and he got insta fired. Didn't that happen? Like he did one interview and got insta fired.
shifting to midnight, he just quit.
It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future.
He then later announced he was going independent, and then put out this nonsense.
Don't give in is the message. And part of that, Norm, I think starts with guys like us. You know, we're going to stand up for the truth. We're going to tell people what the facts are.
So in all fairness, nobody's first solo creative project is that great, unless you're Justin Timberlake, Ice Cube, or Michael Jackson. Okay, musicians aren't a great analogy, but in news media, nobody's
It's pretty
first
hard,
show
man. Like kind of starting like your own thing and like kind of managing all of like the business side of stuff is really hard. Like because like if you don't have like a team already, it's really hard to like find like a good producer, find like, you know, good editor. It's hard, man. It's so hard.
is really that well received.
Thanks
Unless
for the
you're
follow, Brave. Thank
Tucker
you.
Carlson, Candace Owens, or Brett Cooper. Okay, maybe Jim Acosta just sucks, and there's no hope for a 50-year-old dude that spent the last couple decades making a career off of deceiving the public in order to advance the agenda of whoever was funding that garbage. Because he goes into the whole, we stand for the truth and the world needs guys like us, as if he's suddenly going to go through—
Dude, did you guys hear about the Brett Cooper stuff? That stuff was really interesting. I wonder, like, what actually happened there.
Some epiphany after going broke, and not try to make a bootleg version of his old show without the institutional backing, having all
basically there's some big drama with like Brett Cooper and the Daily Wire and stuff.
That access and cash he used to benefit from, as his old salary at CNN was allegedly between $700,000 and $2 million. But then his brand new Substack surprisingly got 123,000 subscribers in a few days. I was initially shocked to see this, as I thought Substack subs were like Patreon subs or YouTube memberships, where your subscribers get billed something like $5 a month, and at 123,000 subscribers, I'm not a math Asian, but that's like—
You say I'm not a math Asian? Dude, me too. Me too. People always think I should be good at math. I'm not. I don't like it. I don't like math.
A lot of money. Very easily more than he was making at CNN.
Theory.
So I was about—
Kazuto is actually just Leaflit's alt account. She uses it to stir up discussion and
that would be hilarious.
Sounding like an echo chamber.
That would be hilarious.
On InfoWars, Cat.
To congratulate him until I went to his Substack for myself and found there was a free option that gave you access to basically everything. Not to mention, apparently Substack has a huge botting problem that an awful lot of people are reporting.
I've never used Substack. I don't know anything about Substack. I'm gonna be real.
When you go to his allegedly popular Substack—
No, sorry. So it's not that I can't do math. It's that I find it incredibly, like, I don't like it. I don't like the math part of things. I do a lot of like game balancing, and when it comes to like the simulative part of it, like where you have to crunch certain percentages and like actually like, you know, over like 100 times of like basically combat simulations that are number based. I'm not like a huge fan of them. But when it comes to like understanding like what the root problem is, I'm really good at that. Does that make sense? But I have other, like, I'd rather pass it off to like, there's like 2 designers working on like our game, and the other designer, Ira, is autistic. Ira is like math autistic, so I just let him handle everything. Cause like, why I don't want to do it, right? So I just have him handle all of that stuff.
He had that old man ASMR,
and I handle all the creative stuff because he doesn't like that stuff. So it's kind of like, you know. It works out, you know?
Sleep he called the news. Then these rambling walls of text I somehow doubt anybody is reading.
www.creedthoughts.gov.www/creedthoughts.
And if you're on CNN, you're sort of used to being able to spew out whatever nonsense comes across your mind in an attempt to lull your viewers to sleep so they're unable to change the channel. But on the hyper-competitive place that is the internet, full of viral cat videos, hot girls doing TikToks, and direct news feeds from Twitter, if people don't actively seek your off-brand content and get pulled into whatever value you provide, you're doomed to become the next Don Lemon, as he also had a falling out with CNN 4 years ago.
This is the last night that will be CNN Tonight with Don Lemon. So I appreciate all the years of CNN Tonight with Don Lemon, but changes are coming, and I will fill you in.
And although he has an impressive near 1 million followers on TikTok, he still struggles to scrape into the tens of thousands of views.
What is the problem? I feel like the problem is because a lot of the stuff that like these hosts say is just what everyone is saying. You know what I mean? Like there's no angle that's like special about it, I think is the problem. Like if you have someone like Tucker Carlson, for instance, he has like a different angle than like the mainstream, right? So that's what makes him so interesting. I mean, it's why I like Alex Jones. I like Alex Jones because his takes are fucking crazy, and I love it. I love watching him like freaking go crazy about shit. It's funny. You know?
Well, hilariously, his most viewed video was because the thumbnail.
God, I love watching Alex Jones clips. They're the best. They're so good. They're so good because they're so crazy. Like seeing him turn seeing him turn like red it's great.
Charlie Kirk, and the bulk of his content is straight interviews.
It's a horrible situation. I don't want anyone...
Like it's TikTok news. We get our stuff from TikTok. I think ICE is a good method for fear mongering.
Do you know anything about this DeepSeek that they just dropped?
No. Oh, I'm a loyal fan of ChatGPT.
And that's not me editing out his commentary or the value Lemon squeezes into these videos with his long history of being on TV. No.
Well, it's not the type of content he's doing. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that if something were to come out, like say there was like an event that comes out, you could watch so many people and get literally the same commentary as Don Lemon. Does that make sense? Like you could watch a lot of things and it would be exactly the same. I think that's the problem.
An empty shell of a man, standing on TikTok and doing his best impression of every teenager doing straight interviews ever, except nobody is watching. And it's sad to see someone going from $1 million salary, primetime TV, at the very top of his industry, to in just a few years, not just being a TikToker, but a failed TikToker. And the most pathetic part is not even his old co-worker Jim Acosta was watching.
Dude, dude, I wish Alex Jones was the White House press secretary. Dude, it's like the biggest missed opportunity, I think. Thank you for the tip, Vicky Delta.
Really cheering me up.
Oh, thank you, dude. I hope you get better, man. I hope your day gets better. That sucks, man. Thank you again for the tip. It's such a missed opportunity. Like, can you imagine if Alex Jones was the White House press secretary? I would watch it every single day. It would be amazing. It would be peak 2025. Yeah, it would be amazing.
There's no possible way he was quitting his job after seeing Don. But sadly, in this scenario, there's really no winners. Because back at CNN...
That's true. I'm not saying she's bad. She's good. She's definitely she's definitely not letting them disrespect her. I just think that Alex Jones would have been way funnier. It would have been way more entertaining. It would have been way more content, basically.
They're not doing much better.
Do a video react interview, as in react to the video while in the call with video author. I think it would be saucy.
It would be kind of hard to get in contact with people because people are busy. Like YouTubers are super busy and stuff, right? So it'd be hard to like coordinate something like that. And I'm already really bad at collabing in the first place. I'm not really super social, to be honest. In fact, I've gotten a lot less social in like the last month.
Black Hawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think with the names of the people, you mean the names of the people that are on the plane, you think that's going to make a difference?
Does it comfort their families?
They are a group of people that have lost their lives. If you want a list of the names, we can give you that. We'll be giving that very soon. We're in coordination with American Airlines. We're in coordination very strongly, obviously, with the military. But I think that's not a very smart question. I'm surprised coming from you.
Oh my god, dude! It's just, oh, dude. I know a lot of people don't like this. A lot of people think it's really like unprofessional, and they kind of wish that he was more president, like as in like the typical presidential aura. I'm gonna be real. I don't like that. I don't like the typical presidential aura. I like that he punches back when he's messed with. Because I feel like America should punch back if it's messed with. So I like someone, like, I feel like Trump has like the American mentality. And like, that's what I like about him, is he feels like a regular ass American, not like a, like an aristocrat or something, even though I know he's rich. But, he kind of, compared to like previous presidents, both Republican and Democrat, but I'm not even just pointing out Democrats. Like, I think both Republican and Democrat. Trump is he's like a completely different thing.
There's just something about Trump 47. Trump 45 was known for mean tweets and little quips here and there, but Trump 47 is about mass layoffs and reopening Guantanamo Bay, and we're just entering week 2.
It's because he doesn't give a fuck anymore. Honestly, the crazy thing is losing 46 was probably a blessing in disguise. When you think about it, like, obviously terrible things happened, but like the Trump we got out of that is crazy, right? It's crazy. Oh yeah, also them trying to kill him. Yeah, dude. Zul says, really though, the people that say they never really answer that would even mean acting more presidential. We had Teddy Roosevelt after all. It's more of a modern thing, Zool. Like if you have like kind of modern presidents they try to have like more of a professionalism. They have more of a professionalism about them. I don't want that. I want like a fucking cowboy that's gonna get shit done and like actually like fight back. That's what I want. I don't like this. I don't like the whole like beta cuck America sort of mentality. I don't like it. I don't like just like giving everybody what they want. I like that Trump fights for America. That's what I really like about him. Is he's not willing to let people fuck with us. Like, I mean, all he had to do was like see what happened in Colombia, right? Like, he literally was like, "You're not fucking with us. Like, you fuck with us, you're done." Basically. So it's yeah.
Be surprised by year 2, the press room will have replaced
Skibbity.
CNN and MSNBC with Sovereign Bra, Alex Jones, and the Philly Fanatic, ironically giving us more trustworthy news sources in DC.
My
As
aim
this
is so
chart
much
comes
better
no
in VR
surprise, as
than it is
conservatives
in
don't listen to the media,
not
or else
VR.
they would have voted for Kamala. But they even lost support from the liberals still listening, as just simple stuff like this
Especially
cover from
with
the New York
pistols.
Magazine, showing the Cruel Kids table, with the article talking about how a room of conservatives is all white people, conveniently using the bold title text and clever cropping to
Dude, this is why nobody takes the media seriously. This is bullshit. That is so bullshit, dude. Oof.
anybody black. The legacy media has literally become a parody
I
of
didn't see
themselves,
it, no.
down to the stone-faced confusion when someone calls them a liar and fires them, where I can't for certain discredit Jim Acosta's Substack subscribers, Don Lemon's TikTok followers, or even CNN's YouTube views. But everything about all their view, like, subscriber, and comment ratios makes zero sense. You can't tell me you have 10 million subscribers, 1 million views, and 100 comments. There's a lie somewhere in there, and it's not just in their news. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on how America is
Challenge
finally winning
leftists
again,
not being
hopefully I've earned your
blatantly
subscription,
For
and we
real,
can chat
Shayo.
again
Thanks for the
soon.
bits, man. Thank you. Did I see the H3 video on Hassan? I have not. There's a lot of videos I have to check out. And that was a really good video. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. I'll link you guys the video in the chat if you guys want to give that a thumbs up. You want to watch it later.
Difficulty impossible.